broadcasting a game over there too? Oh. Welcome to Sebring here as we start the bottom half of the first inning of the 2018 Dixie Youth AAA Minor State Tournament between Sneads and San Antonio. The top of the first has come and gone as the San Antonio All-Stars stranded a man on third, so no damage done. So now the home team Sneads will come to bat. Art Shendell on hand here on jockjive.com as the San Antonio All-Stars take the field for the bottom half of the first. The Sneads lineup looks as so. Batting first and pitching today for Sneads is Isaiah Perkins. Batting second, Kinsey Roggins. Batting third, Maddox Rabin. Batting fourth, Tyler Jones. Batting fifth, Eli Willis. Batting sixth, C.J. Culpepper. Batting seventh, Travion Danzy. Batting eighth, Chase Reagans. Batting ninth, Lane Kaiser. Batting 10th, J.J. Harrell. Batting 11th, J.R. Tyvis. And last will be Hunter Anderson as Perkins is set to dig in. Defensively for San Antonio today on the mound is Luis Quintana. Behind the plate is Colton Furtado. Over at the hot corner is Jace Rollins. At shortstop, Tyler Turner. At second base, Tyson Lake. At first base, Andrew Blommel. Out in left, A.J. Soto Baez. Out in center, Nolan Hartley. And in right field, Aiden Hernandez. As the first pitch to Perkins is taken for a ball. Perkins digging in on the right side, the left-handed hitter. The second pitch is wide. As the third baseman, Jace Rollins, creeps in for a potential bunt. Quintana sets, and the 2-0 is outside. 2-1. 2-1 the count. Quintana's next offering is low and outside. So Perkins ahead in the count, 3-1. The 3-1 is in there for a called strike. The next pitch is hit out to second. And off the glove of Tyson Lake and trickles into right field. So Perkins reaches to start things off for Sneads. As now Kinsey Roggins now will step to the plate. Roggins, the shortstop today for Sneads, as Sneads has the Bumblebee High Sox going today. First pitch is in there on the outer half, strike one. Sneads will try to take advantage of the leadoff hitter reaching. The next offering is cut on and missed. So down quickly in the count, 0-2. As Quintana looks in, comes set. The 0-2 is cut on and missed, and down on strikes is Reagans. So one away. As now the three-hole hitter, Maddox Rabin, will come to the plate. The first offering as Rabin squares and just to the left of the third base foul line. Perkins will look to try to get in scoring position, as it looks like the bunt will be on again for Sneads. From the stretch is Quintana. The next pitch is cut on and fouled back to the right. So Quintana able to get ahead in the count and back-to-back batters as he has another 0-2 favorable count. Next pitch is cut on and lifted out to the right side. Coming under it and making the grab is Andrew Blummel for the second out. So Rabin pops out to the first baseman, as now the cleanup hitter Tyler Jones will dig in. Jones catching today for Sneads. Digs into the right side. First pitch is taken outside for a ball. Next pitch is more of the same, ball 2. So being careful here with the cleanup hitter is Quintana. 2-0 is waved on and missed. Big hack there from Jones. The 2-1 again waved on and missed. So Quintana now working it to even, as San Antonio is a strike away from escaping the damage, potential damage. The 2-2 pitch is in on the belt, ball 3. So early in the affair, both teams working the opposing pitcher's pitch count. As Jones awaits the 3-2 and just taken on the outside corner for ball 4. Good eye there from Jones as he'll work his way down to first, and moving up to second is Isaiah Perkins.
Now at the bat, number 11, Eli Willis.
Going from 0-2 in the count to working a walk. Nice job there by Jones. Now the 5-hole hitter Eli Willis will step in. Willis, the designated hitter as of now for Sneads. First pitch is cut on and rolled to the right side, foul. Just to the right of the first base bag. As the foul ball was retrieved and brought back now. Quintana looks in from the stretch. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. The 0-1 is waved on and missed, and halfway halting between second and third is Perkins trying to force a throw. So 0-2 on Willis. And so look to keep the Sneads inning alive. Pitch is in on the hip, and Willis shakes it off and down to first. So the inning stays alive, as that one got a little bit away from Quintana. So bases loaded. Perkins moves to third. Up to second is Jones, and Willis down to first as C.J. Culpepper now steps in.
Now at the bat, number 9, C.J. Culpepper.
So 2 outs, force out at any base. Won't need to come home with this one if it's in the infield. His first pitch is fouled back to the screen. Culpepper steps out to get a couple more practice hacks in, as he stands right over the plate, awaiting the 0-1 pitch. That one is fouled to the right side. So Quintana doing a good job here of getting ahead in the count in the inning. But Sneads continues to keep it alive. Off of third is Perkins. Rogan's off of second. And Willis takes his lead from first. The next pitch is in there for a called strike. And Culpepper down looking. So San Antonio able to escape the inning as Sneads leaves 3 men on. No runs in. We're through 1. Score still tied. We'll take a quick timeout. You're listening to the 2016 Dixie Youth AAA Minor State Tournament here on Jock Jive.
Did you know a child may start in the Dixie program at or below age 6 and continue through age 19? Yes, there's an opportunity for youth 6 through 19 to enjoy baseball in Dixie. Dixie Youth, Dixie Boys, Dixie Majors. If your league is not a part of these baseball programs, contact a Dixie official for information and bring your child up in Dixie.
JockJive.com. We are literally taking the world by storm. Last year, more than 3,000 cities worldwide turned into our coverage of football, baseball, softball, basketball, volleyball. From T-ball to the NCAA Division I athletics, Jock Jive crews have traveled this nation to provide you the finest in sports coverage. So the next time you need the spotlight clearing on your sports venture, think JockJive.com. Maybe not the only internet sports channel, but the best one.
Dixie Youth Baseball is dedicated to building the youth within our community to become responsible citizens tomorrow. The real goal of the program is to teach fair play, honesty, and love of God and country. Those who play Dixie Youth Baseball are generally better for life as a result of the lessons they learn in how to meet and accept as members of a team and in the game of competition. Help us in the Dixie Youth program by offering your services as an adult volunteer. Lend a hand to our youth. There's no greater calling.
Welcome back to Sebring as we're set to start the top half of the second here at the 2018 Dixie Youth AAA Minor State Tournament in Sebring. Art Shendell on hand here on JockJive.com. As Andrew Blommel will step in to start the top half of the second for San Antonio. Still on the hill for Sneads is Isaiah Perkins. This summer of Dixie is underway. Between now and mid-August, Jock Jive will be streaming all of this tournament, plus the Dixie Baseball 15 and under Dixie Pre-Major World Series, the AA, AAA, Ozone, and Major World Series in Lumberton, and so much more. Catch it all right here on JockJive.com. As Perkins is getting his last tosses in.
11 for 23.
As looks like we have a substitution for Sneads. We'll get it in to you when we can. So Andrew Blommel now ready to step in. Perkins toes the rubber, and the first pitch is low and inside for ball 1. Jock Jive Sports Productions works small events and large, from T-ball to the Toyota Center, youth sports to collegiate, audio only to a full-scale production for ESPN. We do it all. To find out how we can cover your team or event, email info@jockjive.com. As the next pitch to Blommel is taken for a ball, so 2-0 on the count. The next pitch is in there on the inner half for strike 1. Still scoreless. Top of the second. Next pitch is taken on the outer half, but in there for strike 2. So now even in the count. The pitch is just off the outside corner. Trying to paint was Perkins, but not getting the call. So full count for Blommel as Tyson Lake stands in the on-deck circle. The next pitch is hit out to right field and dropping down, and it's going to roll to the wall. Round first and into second is Blommel, and he'll park it there. A double for Blommel to lead off the inning. As Travion Danzy trying to come in and make the play, but unable to do so. So down for a double to lead off the inning for San Antonio, as now Tyson Lake will step in.
Now at the bat, number 44, Tyson Lake.
The first pitch is high for ball one. Perkins' next pitch is low and in the dirt, kicking away and to the chain link fence, and moving up to third is Blommel. Unable to come up with the breaking pitch was Tyler Jones. So one bag away from our first run of the game, as the next pitch is in there for a called strike. So even on the count to Lake. 1-1 is cut on and drilled out to left field. Under it and making the grab is J.J. Harrell, but tagging up and coming in to score is Blommel. So a sac fly for Tyson Lake puts San Antonio on the board for the first run of the game. So a great job of executing there is Lake with the sac fly to left. So one away, 1-0 San Antonio, as now Colton Furtado will come to the plate. First pitch is in, and just escaping is Furtado. So 1-0, 1-0 San Antonio here in the top half of the second. So one out, no on. The next pitch is in there and in on the hip and down to first. Earning his way on via hit by pitch is Furtado. So now P.J. Rudiman will come to the plate. As Furtado tries to stretch out the beanball. Want a download of any game in this week's tournament? They're only $5 each. Just email info@jockjive.com. Info@jockjive.com. Tell us what games you want. We'll send you an electronic invoice that allows you to pay by debit or credit card, and the games will be on their way to you. That's info@jockjive.com for a keepsake you'll all want to have for a lifetime. As Rudiman now digs in. Rudiman, the left-handed hitter, the designated hitter as of now for the San Antonio All-Stars. The next pitch is in the dirt and to the backstop. Moving up to second and scoring position is Furtado. The 2-0 offering is in there on the outer half. San Antonio trying to double up their lead as the next pitch is fouled off to the left side. The next pitch is low and outside for ball two. Two and two. And a fastball high and inside, and actually the count was 3-2, so working his way down for a full count walk is Rudiman. So first and second, one out now for Aiden Hernandez. As now we have a meeting on the mound with Perkins as they try to get his control gathered a little. As Blama led the inning off with a double and came around and scored. And Tyson Lake's sac fly. And then Furtado earned his way on by a hit by pitch, and Rudiman just walked. So San Antonio looking to add to their lead. So Aiden Hernandez digs in. Hernandez, the right fielder for San An. Hernandez looks down for the signs. Now ready. First pitch is high and away, ball one. Next pitch is cut on and fouled. In the on-deck circle is the left fielder, H.A. Soto Baez. The next pitch is waved on and trickling away from the catcher, but no advance. And now the runners decide to move up. So Furtado down to second, or Furtado down to third, excuse me, and Rudiman down to second. So now two runners are in scoring position. As the coach is getting a check on the pitch count for Perkins, and now he's making his way out to the mound. As the coach tries to pump up Perkins to escape the potential danger. If you're looking for class and comfort all rolled into one luxurious but affordable package, then you'll want to stay at the Residence Inn by Marriott. Located on Tubbs Road in Sebring, they're near everything that makes a stay convenient and enjoyable. Their service is second to none, and the Residence Inn is staffed by people who genuinely care about the youth of our community and aren't afraid to show it. The Residence Inn in Sebring. Come take up residence with us. As now we have a new pitcher that will take over in the middle of the count for Sneads. As we wait to check on who the new pitcher is, waiting to get a number. As the new pitcher now for Sneads will be Kenzie Rogans, coming in from shortstop. So we'll let Rogans get a couple tosses in. We'll take a quick timeout and come back as San Antonio currently leads 1-0 in the top half of the second.
JockJive.com. We are literally taking the world by storm. Last year, more than 3,000 cities worldwide turned into our coverage of football, baseball, softball, basketball, volleyball. From T-ball to the NCAA Division I athletics, Jock Jive crews have traveled this nation to provide you the finest in sports coverage. So the next time you need the spotlight clearing on your sports venture, think JockJive.com. Maybe not the only internet sports channel, but the best one.
Dixie Youth Baseball is dedicated to building the youth within our community to become responsible citizens tomorrow. The real goal of the program is to teach fair play, honesty, and love of God and country. Those who play Dixie Youth Baseball are generally better for life as a result of the lessons they learn in how to meet and accept as members of a team and in the game of competition. Help us in the Dixie Youth program by offering your services as an adult volunteer. Lend a hand to our youth. There's no greater calling.
Welcome back to Sebring as we're ready to resume play in the top half of the second. As the first offering to Aiden Hernandez is a ball. Actually, ball 2. So it was the middle of the count there. So 2 and 2 on Hernandez. As Kenzie Rogans is now at the rubber. The pitch is hit out to third, and it'll get down for a hit. And 2 runs are going to score on that hit as the ball was hit to the third baseman, C.J. Culpepper, throwing over to Rabin and unable to come up with it. So coming in to score from third is Furtado. And as the ball trickled away from the first baseman, Rudeman coming in to score as well. So 2 runs scoring on the ground ball by Hernandez, as now A.J. Soto Baez steps in. So 3-0 for San Antonio. Still 1 out. So Kenzie Rogans will try to get Sneads out of this top half of the second. Next pitch is in there on the inside. Quick pitch now is Rogans as that ball hit to the right side. Up with it and tagging the first base bag is Rabin to get the force out. And moving up to second is Hernandez. So Soto Baez retired 3 unassisted. And Hernandez in scoring position with 2 outs as Robbie Christ now steps in.
Now the bat number 2, Robbie Christ.
First pitch from Rogans is in the dirt, trickling away from the catcher, but he'll able to throw down to third and record the 3rd out of the inning as Hernandez is retired, caught stealing 2-5. So that will end the top half of the second, but San Antonio puts up a 3 spot. We'll move to the bottom half of the second as you're listening to the 2018 Dixie Youth AAA Minor State Tournament in Sebring, Florida. Stay with us.
Dixie Youth Baseball fans, did you know that in this season there were $72,000 scholarships awarded to deserving high school seniors throughout the 11 states in which Dixie Youth Baseball is played? Dixie Youth Baseball has now given over $1,240,000 to former Dixie Youth players in scholarships. Any high school senior who has played Dixie Youth Baseball is eligible to apply for a scholarship. The Dixie Youth Scholarship Program, just one of the good things that are a part of this program.
Here are some things you may not know about Jock Jive. We're one of the nation's premier sports production companies. From audio only to full-scale video productions, we can do it all. Our list of clients is continuing to grow and includes the Southwestern Athletic Conference, Gulf South Conference, NJCAA, Georgia Collegiate Athletic Association, Alabama Community College Conference, Perfect Game, Great American Rivalries, youth sports like Dixie, American Legion, Babe Ruth, plus a litany of high schools, junior colleges, and more. We've worked with names I bet you recognize, like Johnny Manziel, Trent Dilfer, Doug Williams, Monty Coleman, and more. And we travel to practically every part of the country, from New York to California, Florida to Minnesota, and everywhere in between. Here's another thing you may not know. We are ready to come to work for you. That's right, we have a package to fit practically every budget. Just go to jockjive.com and contact us to get international coverage for your next sporting event. Your athletes deserve the best. They deserve Jock Jive.
Welcome back to Sebring as we're ready to start the bottom half of the second. And leading off for Sneads is Travion Danzy. And still on the hill
Now batting number 17, Travion.
for San Antonio is Luis Quintana, as the first pitch is cut on and missed for strike 1. The next offering is low and away for ball 1. 1-1 on the way. And another wave and a miss for Danzy. So down to his last strike. As Chase Reagans awaits in the on-deck circle. The next pitch is in there for called strike 3 as Danzy is down on strikes. So one away in the bottom half of the second. As Chase Reagans now steps in.
Now at the bat, number 23, Chase Reagans.
So quickly one away as second baseman Reagans steps in, the right-handed hitting second baseman. The first pitch is high and away for ball 1. So again, San Antonio 3-0 early in the bottom of the second. Art Schendel here on the broadcast here on jockjive.com. The next pitch is in there for a strike. Reagan's a long look down to third for the signs from the third base coach. The next pitch is taken again. A fastball in the outer half. So 1-2. Next pitch is in there for strike 3. So Reagan's checking out the home plate umpire's strike zone. And he's calling it wide. So down on strikes for the second out. Back-to-back strikeouts looking for Quintana. So now Lane Kaiser will look to keep the inning alive for Sneads. First pitch is cut on and missed. So Quintana not messing around, putting it right over the plate. Next pitch is just a bit low. Coming this summer on jockjive.com, Dixie Youth Baseball, Cal Ripken World Series, NJCAA Women's Basketball All-Star Weekend, and a whole lot more. Yes, there are plenty of reasons to come back often to jockjive.com. So stay here with us all summer long. So you'll probably want to do so. Stay out of the heat. The 1-2 is waved on and missed as Kaiser's down on strikes. And an impressive half frame from Quintana as he strikes out the side. We're through 2. San Antonio leads 3-0. We'll take a quick timeout. You're listening on jockjive.com.
Dixie Youth Baseball fans, did you know that in this season there were $72,000 scholarships awarded to deserving high school seniors throughout the 11 states in which Dixie Youth Baseball is played? Dixie Youth Baseball has now given over $1,240,000 to former Dixie Youth players in scholarships. Any high school senior who has played Dixie Youth Baseball is eligible to apply for a scholarship. The Dixie Youth Scholarship Program, just one of the good things that are a part of this program. The Sportsmanship Award is one of the most coveted awards to be won at this Dixie Youth Baseball tournament. Sportsmanship is playing hard to win, but realizing all cannot become winners. It is being a gracious loser and even more a gracious winner. Good sportsmanship involves such matters as fair play, keen rivalry, but careful observance of the rules, courtesy, and a generous attitude toward an opponent. To be considered for an award for sportsmanship, a team must, 1, demonstrate good conduct and positive attitude by all players and coaches, both on and off the field. Number 2, be prompt and participate in all scheduled activities throughout the tournament. 3, have fans that show good conduct and attitude toward umpires and opposing teams. And 4, be neat in appearance and dress of both team and coaches at all times. We ask all in attendance here at this Dixie Youth Tournament join the coaches and players in making these qualifications the rule of behavior while attending these tournament games. Let's make this year a wonderful year of fun and great memories.
Welcome back to Sebring as we're set to start the top half of the third, excuse me. So the first game here at Field 3 in the 2018 Dixie Youth AAA Minor State Tournament. The next pitch is a ball low and away next offering is in there on the outer half. So the next game here in the 2018 Dixie Youth AAA Minor State Tournament will be between Mariana and Spring Hill National, which is slated to start at 11:30. So 3-1 on Christ. Next pitch is cut on and missed. So the count now full. As Robbie Christ digs in for the first at-bat of the day. The next pitch is in there high on the letters, and he's able to work the leadoff walk to start the top half of the third. So Rhett Newsom now will step in.
Now at the bat, number 23, Rhett Newsom.
As the line over is set to turn over for the first time. As Reagan's, the right-handed pitcher, now moves to the stretch with Christ on first. The next pitch is low and inside, trickles away from the catcher and able to move up to second, and into scoring position is Christ. So a heads-up maneuver there by Christ, as once the ball was able to trickle away, he moved up for the stolen base. Infield creeps a little farther in as the next pitch is high and in for a ball. Don't forget to subscribe to Jock Jive's YouTube channel. We stream all Dixie Youth Baseball, most youth sports, and high school football in the fall to our YouTube channel, and you'll want to know first what games are coming your way, so be able to check that out. As we'll have a visit on the mound between Reagan's and the infield. Be sure to follow Jock Jive on Twitter and Facebook. On Twitter, we are at Jock Jive, and on Facebook, simply put Jock Jive Sports in the search engine. We give you scores, schedules, game highlights, event updates, and more. Twitter and Facebook, a great way to keep up with Jock Jive Sports, as we'll have another change on the mound for Sneads in between the count, nevertheless, as now they'll let the pitcher get a few tosses in. So we'll take a quick timeout and come back. We are playing the top half of the third as San Ann's is up 3-0. Take a quick timeout, come right back.
JockJive.com. We are literally taking the world by storm. Last year, more than 3,000 cities worldwide turned into our coverage of football, baseball, softball, basketball, volleyball. From T-ball to the NCAA Division I athletics, Jock Jive crews have traveled this nation to provide you the finest in sports coverage. So the next time you need the spotlight clearing on your sports venture, think JockJive.com. Maybe not the only internet sports channel, but the best one. Here are some things you may not know about Jock Jive. We're one of the nation's premier sports production companies. From audio only to full-scale video productions, we can do it all. Our list of clients is continuing to grow and includes the Southwestern Athletic Conference, Gulf South Conference, NJCAA, Georgia Collegiate Athletic Association, Alabama Community College Conference, Perfect Game, Great American Rivalries, youth sports like Dixie, American Legion, Babe Ruth, plus a litany of high schools, junior colleges, and more. We've worked with names I bet you recognize, like Johnny Manziel, Trent Dilfer, Doug Williams, Monty Coleman, and more. And we travel to practically every part of the country, from New York to California, Florida to Minnesota, and everywhere in between. Here's another thing you may not know. We are ready to come to work for you. That's right, we have a package to fit practically every budget. Just go to JockJive.com and contact us to get international coverage for your next sporting event. Your athletes deserve the best. They deserve Jock Jive.
Welcome back to Sebring as we're set to resume the top half of the third as San Antonio leads Sneads 3-0. And now on to pitch for Sneads, number 8, Lane Kaiser. So Kaiser will try to get Sneads out of the top half of the third and escape the damage. As JJ is excuse me, as Rhett Newsom digs in for the first time. As the corners play in, the next pitch to Rhett Newsom is in there for a called strike. As a count 3-2 now, as the pitching change happening in between the at-bat, and Newsom is down on strikes looking as he left the bat on the shoulder. So Kaiser comes in and retires the first batter strikeout via looking. So 2 away as the lineup turns over.
Now at the bat, number 5,
As Tyler Turner will come up for the second time. Turner walked and recorded a stolen base, reaching third base in the first inning. As Kaiser looks in, the next pitch is high and inside. Bluffing on the steal and retreating now is Christ. The next pitch trickles away from the catcher and moving down to third, as no throw is warranted. So Christ moved up to second with the stolen base and now moved up on the wild pitch. The next pitch is in on the belt and working down to first on the second walk of the day for Turner. So Turner with a good eye thus far.
Now at the bat, number 99, Nolan Hartley.
So the inning now continues with Nolan Hartley now. Hartley down on strikes looking in the first. First pitch to Hartley is taken. And moving up to second, no throw. So runner's indifference for Turner. So now 2 men in scoring position with 2 outs for San Antonio, as the ball is squared with 2 outs. Up with it and now throwing to home, but not in time. It wasn't a force out. And the tag couldn't be applied. In to score is Christ. So now San Antonio leads 4-0. So a heady play there by San Antonio as they squared with 2 strikes. It worked. A bunt base hit for Hartley.
Now at the bat, number 7,
Keeps the inning alive and well for San Antonio. As Tyler Turner moved down to third as well. So men on the corners with 2 away and off on the first pitch. No throw down to second is Hartley. So again, San Antonio stacking the runners in scoring position. The next pitch is fouled off to the right and out of play. Next pitch is fouled back to the right, so quickly down in the count. 0-2 is Jace Rollins. Rollins grounded out to first in the first. Next pitch is low and inside. Good eye there by Rollins. So stays alive with the count. 1-2. A base hit could plate 2 more for San Antonio. As the curveball is in there for strike 3. As Rollins is down on strike. Well, actually, I believe the umpire had the count wrong. He went to ring him up, but there was only 1 strike. So,
now at the bat, number 55, Luis Quintana.
and so now actually Rollins is down on strikes. So 2 away as Quintana now digs in. Quintana down swinging in the first. Next pitch is fouled off to the right and out of play. So Rollins was down on strikes looking. The scoreboard had 1 strike. So sorry for the confusion as Quintana tries to stay alive on the 0-2 pitch and doesn't move much out of the way of that one as he, earns his way to first with the hit by pitch. So now the bags are juiced and healthy for Andrew Blommel. Blommel doubled in the second and came around to score the first run of the game. So we have a bit of confusion amongst the San Antonio umpires, San Antonio coaches and the umpires, trying to get a quick confirmation for that. Not quite sure what's going on. Oh, here we go. So out of the game and coming into the dugout is Quintana as he got hit by the pitch, and coming in to run for him is Robbie Christ. So Quintana off first and Christ now in. Not quite sure if it's a injury or a lead related issue, as they might try to save Quintana for the next game, as they've already started to pull away a little bit here, 4-0 in the third, as the first pitch to Blommel is high for ball one. Next pitch, more of the same, waving out of the way. 2-0. And no room for Kaiser to work with as the bags are juiced. A walk would force in a run. Next pitch is in there, just above the knees. Next offering is low and away. So 3-1. So Kaiser, no room to work with, as another ball would force in the fifth run for San Antonio. Blommel awaits the 3-1 and cuts on a high fastball, probably out of the strike zone and out of play. So the count now full. The 3-2 is cut on and hit up the middle and out of the outstretched glove of the second baseman. One run will come in. Round third, and coming in to score the second run. And San Antonio now opening it up 6-0. So a 2-out, 2 RBI single for Blommel keeps the frame alive, as Tyler Turner came in to score from third and Nolan Hartley coming in to score from second. So 6-0 now for San Antonio, as the first pitch is hit out to left, but it's going to drop in. Another run coming in to score for San Antonio, as the score now is 7-0. A single for Tyson Lake. His second run batted in of the game keeps the frame alive and opens up the lead even more for San Antonio. So 7-0 for San Antonio, as the inning continues, as the team's almost batted around, as Colton Furtado now digs in. First pitch to Furtado is fisted out to second, up with it, and to first for the third out of the inning. So Furtado is retired 4-3, but not after 4 runs come in to score for San Antonio on 3 hits and 2 walks. So we'll move to the bottom half of the third. San Antonio leading 7-0. Take a quick timeout and come back. You're listening to JockJive.com.
Are you aware of the scholarship program available to participants in Dixie Youth Baseball? Hundreds of men and women have won scholarships and used them to help pay for their education after graduating from high school. 70 $2,000 scholarships were given away this year. To apply for a scholarship, you must be a senior in high school, complete the application, and mail it by March 1st to be considered for one of these awards. If you played Dixie Youth Baseball in past years and you will be a senior in high school next year, we encourage you to think about this opportunity. Many are glad they did. We invite your support and contributions to the Dixie Youth Scholarship Fund. Offering financial assistance to hundreds of former players was not accomplished easily. Funds for these scholarships came from many sources, including donations. We ask you to consider making a contribution and by doing so, help more graduates from Dixie Youth Leagues to continue their education. All money collected for the Scholarship Fund is given for scholarships. No funds are kept for administrative purposes. If you would be interested in knowing more about the scholarship program, contact one of the officials at this tournament. They will provide information and explain what to do. On behalf of those who have received scholarships in the past years, may we express our appreciation for your support of the scholarship program. Thanks to you, it's working.
JockJive.com. We are literally taking the world by storm. Last year, more than 3,000 cities worldwide turned into our coverage of football, baseball, softball, basketball, volleyball. From T-ball to the NCAA Division I athletics, Jock Jive crews have traveled this nation to provide you the finest in sports coverage. So the next time you need the spotlight glaring on your sports venture, think JockJive.com. Maybe not the only internet sports channel, but the best one.
Welcome back to Sebring. We're set to start the bottom half of the third inning as San Antonio leads Sneads 7-0. As we are set to have a new pitching change for San Antonio, we'll get you the number as quickly as we can. At Inn on the Lakes in Sebring, you will enjoy the luxury of casual yet elegant surroundings that are as pleasant to the eye as they are comfortable and relaxing. With more than 155 spacious, beautifully decorated guest rooms and suites, you can experience the best that Sebring hotels have to offer. At Inn on the Lakes, you'll be afforded all of the comforts of home, in addition to stunning views that overlook the lakes and the finest hospitality around. To find out more, go into Inn on the Lakes or call 1-800-531-5253. As J.J. Harrell will dig in to start the bottom half of the third for Sneads, who looks to get on the board for the first time today. And the first offering is a ball from the new pitcher for San Antonio, number 99, Nolan Hartley. So Quintana leaves after pitching 2 scoreless frames of perfect baseball, as the next pitch from Hartley is low and outside. Next pitch is taken on the outer half for a strike. So Harrell, 1 strike to work with as he's down 1-2. The next pitch is a breaking ball in the dirt as J.R. Tyves stands in the on-deck circle. The next pitch is waved on and missed by Harrell. Actually, the count was 2-1, not 1-2. So now it's 2-2. So Harrell now down to his last strike. As the 2-2 offering is a fastball in there at the knees for strike 3. So Harrell down on strikes, looking to start the frame. Nice 2-2 offering there by Nolan Hartley to get his first strikeout versus first batter today. So 1 away as JR now digs in. First pitch is in there for a strike. So Sneads still looking for their, actually they have 1 hit in the ball game, so looking for their second hit of the game. As their runners so far have reached via single, walk, and hit by pitch, but no one able to come around. Next pitch is low and away. Tyus, excuse me, J.R. Tyus. Apologies there. So J.R. Tyus is in there. The next pitch to Tyus is taken in there for a strike. So full count on Tyus. as Hunter Anderson stands in the on-deck circle. One away. 3-2 is low for ball 4. Nice walk worked by Tyus. Gets a man on with 1 out as Hunter Anderson now steps in. One out. As the first pitch to Anderson is a ball. Coming this fall to JockJive.com, SWAC football, soccer and volleyball, Tuskegee football, ACC Game of the Week, Great American Rivalries, HBCU football, Navarre and Baker High School football, Georgia Military College football, as well as Gulf South Conference soccer. Check us out often. We are Jock Jive Sports, so lots of things coming here this summer. Keep you entertained all throughout the downtime that summer brings. So Anderson looking to move Tyus up any way he can, as the next pitch is waved on and missed. So the lineup will turn over for the first time after the Anderson at bat. As Isaiah Perkins in the on-deck circle. Perkins singled and reached third in the first. Hartley looks in long for the signs. Checks out at first, then fires, and pitch fouled back. So 7-0 for San Antonio. Next pitch is low and away, kicking away from the catcher and thinking about it, and now stopping and now starting to go, and down to second is Tyus. So he stopped and started several times, but didn't pay the price of being out as he's able to get down into scoring position. So the third runner today to reach scoring position for Sneads. Next pitch is in there for a called strike, and down on strikes is Anderson. So the second strikeout of the inning for Hartley, both in the caught-looking fashion.
Now at the bat, number 25, Isaiah Perkins.
So 2 away for Isaiah Perkins. Perkins singled in the first. First pitch to Perkins is hit out past the pitcher's mound. Up with it is the second baseman, and down to first for the third out. A nifty play there by Tyson Lake retires the Sneads inning. So we're through 3. San Antonio leading 7-0. Take a quick timeout and return. You're listening to the 2018 Dixie Youth AAA Minors State Tournament here in Sebring, Florida.
Did you know a child may start in the Dixie program at or below age 6 and continue through age 19? Yes, there's an opportunity for youth 6 through 19 to enjoy baseball in Dixie. Dixie Youth, Dixie Boys, Dixie Majors. If your league is not a part of these baseball programs, contact a Dixie official for information and bring your child up in Dixie. The Sportsmanship Award is one of the most coveted awards to be won at this Dixie Youth Baseball Tournament. Sportsmanship is playing hard to win, but realizing all cannot become winners. It is being a gracious loser and even more a gracious winner. Good sportsmanship involves such matters as fair play, keen rivalry, but careful observance of the rules, courtesy, and a generous attitude toward an opponent. To be considered for an award for sportsmanship, a team must, 1, demonstrate good conduct and positive attitude by all players and coaches, both on and off the field. Number 2, be prompt and participate in all scheduled activities throughout the tournament. 3, have fans that show good conduct and attitude toward umpires and opposing teams. And 4, be neat in appearance and dress of both team and coaches at all times. We ask all in attendance here at this Dixie Youth Tournament, join the coaches and players in making these qualifications the rule of behavior while attending these tournament games. Let's make this year a wonderful year of fun and great memories.
At Conyers Hardwood Flooring, we want you walking all over us. Conyers has been serving the Big Bend area since 2005 and provides all types of flooring materials and labor. Conyers Hardwood Flooring does nail-down installation, sand and finish hardwood floors, refinish existing hardwood floors, and more. Plus, Conyers is very active in the community. Conyers Hardwood Flooring in Bristol. Call 850-643-6432 or 694-3447.
Welcome back to Sebring as we're set to start the top half of the fourth. Art Chendel here on the call of the 2018 Dixie Youth AAA Minor State Tournament. The first game today is San Antonio versus Sneads, as San Antonio has a 7-0 lead here in the top half of the fourth, as P.J. Rudiman now will step in for the second time. Rudiman walking and scoring in the second. So lots of action here today in Sebring, as this is the first of 3 games in the AAA tournament today, as the next pitch from Kaiser is taken for a ball. And now the count moves to 2-1. The next pitch is hit out to third, up with it, and making a nice stab at it is C.J. Culpepper. A nice play at the hot corner. So Rudiman robbed of a hit, lining out to third, one away, as Aiden Hernandez now steps in. Hernandez singled in the second and was caught stealing third, 2-5. First pitch to Hernandez is a ball. Next pitch to Hernandez is cut on and missed for strike 2. Coming this summer on JockJive.com, Dixie Youth Baseball, Dixie Baseball, Cal Ripken World Series, NJCAA Women's Basketball All-Star Weekend, and a whole lot more. Yes, there's plenty of reasons to come back often to JockJive.com. So make sure to catch the action here all summer long, as the next pitch is taken for a ball by Hernandez. So the count 3-1. Kaiser looks to keep the at-bat alive and not reward Hernandez with a walk. 3-1 pitch is just a bit high and outside, as Hernandez tosses the bat and takes his jog down to first. So a leadoff walk by Kaiser, a one-out walk to Hernandez, as now A.J. Soto Baez steps in for the second time. Baez grounded out to first in the third, as we'll have another pitching change for Sneads, trying to get some consistency on the mound for them. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll let you know who will resume pitching for Sneads. You're listening to the 2018 AAA Minor State Tournament here in Sebring.
Here are some things you may not know about Jock Jive. We're one of the nation's premier sports production companies. From audio only to full-scale video productions, we can do it all. Our list of clients is continuing to grow and includes the Southwestern Athletic Conference, Gulf South Conference, NJCAA, Georgia Collegiate Athletic Association, Alabama Community College Conference, Perfect Game, Great American Rivalries, youth sports like Dixie, American Legion, Babe Ruth, plus a litany of high schools, junior colleges, and more. We've worked with names I bet you recognize, like Johnny Manziel, Trent Dilfer, Doug Williams, Monty Coleman, and more. And we travel to practically every part of the country, from New York to California, Florida to Minnesota, and everywhere in between. Here's another thing you may not know. We are ready to come to work for you. That's right, we have a package to fit practically every budget. Just go to JockJive.com and contact us to get international coverage for your next sporting event. Your athletes deserve the best. They deserve
What makes Dixie Youth Baseball different? Well, one good rule is required participation. During the local season, every player on every team is required to play in every game. And all tournament players are required to bat at least once in every game. It's not a perfect rule, but it's much more than most youth baseball organizations do, and it allows each baseball player to be an active participant. Just being a part of each win or loss means so much to the child. They just want to belong, and Dixie Youth Baseball sees to it that they do by making this a regular rule. We think this is a step in the right direction, the child's direction.
Welcome back to Sebring as we're set to resume the top half of the fourth as San Antonio leads 7-0. Art Chandel on hand as the new pitcher for Sneads will be number 21, J.J. Harrell. So Harrell coming in from left field as A.J. Soto Baez awaits his first pitch of his second at-bat. First pitch is hit out to third and through the outstretched glove of the third baseman. And that will be a single to left field. Moving up to second is Hernandez. So again, San Antonio threatening. So Nolan Hartley now digs in for the third time. So excuse me, that was a single by Tyler Turner. So Turner now 1 for 1 on the day with 2 walks and a run scored. So now Nolan Hartley now digs in for the third time. Hartley 1 for 2 on the day with a single, an RBI, and run scored. The next pitch is high for a ball. Again, on the mound now for Sneads is number 21, J.J. Harrell. So the fourth pitcher of the day for Sneads. As the next pitch is high and inside, and another walk worked. As all the basers now take up one base. So Hartley down to first on the walk. Moving up to second is Turner, and moving down to third is Aiden Hernandez. So one away, bags loaded for the third baseman, Jace Rollins. As the first pitch is a ball. Next pitch is cut on and missed for the first strike of the at-bat. Jock Jive Sports Productions works small events and large, from T-ball to the Toyota Center, youth sports to collegiate, audio only to full-scale production for ESPN. We do it all. To find out how we can cover your team or event, email info@jockjive.com. As the 1-1 is in there for strike two. Bases loaded for San Antonio. 7-0 lead. Top half of the fourth. As Rollins sitting pretty. The bases loaded. 1-2 on the count. Pitch is just a bit outside. Count even at 2. Barring a double play, the on-deck hitter is Luis Quintana. Hit is just hit out of the reach of the first baseman. So staying alive is Rollins. Next pitch is hit out to the right side. It might drop down. It will. And it's going to roll to the wall. It might be 3 runs. 1 run in. And now 2 runs are in. Being held up at third and now being waved and held up. Now he can't make up his mind. Ball gets away as a errant throw coming in from right field. That will score all 3 runs. And getting into third is Jace Rollins. So give Rollins 2 RBIs on that double as the third run came in on an errant throw from right field. So coming in to score from third, Hernandez. In from second is Tyler Turner, and from first is Hartley. So 3 runs in on that, as the score now is 10-0. So give Rollins 2 RBIs on the double, as now Luis Quintana comes in Quintana struck out in the first and was hit by a pitch in the third. The first pitch to Quintana is in there on the corner for strike one. Quintana awaits the next pitch with a runner on third and one out. Pitch is a ball, low and outside. Next pitch is driven out to left field. It's going to stay down. Fair ball, just to the right of the left field foul line. And not stopping as the ball trickled under the fence. The umpires will rule it as a ground rule double and trying to get away with it inside the park home run, but won't is Quintana. So he'll go back to second with a RBI double. Coming in to score from third, Jace Rollins. So now the lead is 11-0. So a double for Quintana keeps the inning alive. As now Andrew Blommel will come up for the third time. Blommel, 2 doubles and 2 at-bats. So the bats starting to really wake up here for San Antonio in the first game of the AAA tournament. As now there will be a pinch runner coming in for Quintana. In to run number 2, Robbie Christ. So Christ in to run for Quintana. 1 away in the inning. Pitch is on the way and in there for strike 2, Blommel. Next pitch is dribbled out to first, up with it, and making the play for the second out of the inning is Maddox Rabin. So Blommel retired, 3 unassisted. Moving down to third is Quintana, as now Tyson Lake steps in. Two away, Tyson Lake digging in with the man on third. And now stepping out. Don't forget to subscribe to Jock Jive's YouTube channel. We stream all Dixie Youth Baseball, most youth sports, and high school football in the fall to our YouTube channel, and you'll want to know first and what games are coming your way, so make sure to check that out. And that's Jock Jive's YouTube channel. Check it out. So 11-0, and another runner threatening at third. First pitch is a fastball, just a bit high. So if Lake were to reach and Furtado were to come up, the San Antonio All-Stars would have batted through the lineup here in the fourth. Next pitch is low and inside. Nice stop there by the catcher, Tyler Jones. So saving a run there is Jones with the nice stop, as the count is 3-0 on Lake, as Lake watches the 3-0 fall in there for a strike. In the second game here from Field 3 coming up here shortly, as it will be Mariana and Spring Hill National. As the next pitch is just inside and high, and scooting down to first and not stopping. He's going to keep going down to second, trying to force a throw down. Nice little strategy there, but not catching Sneads sleeping. So never stopped, walked, and didn't ever really walk. He sprinted out of the batter's box and then sprinted down to second. Not really even sure what you'd call that. Not really a stolen base because the play never stopped. So now second and third. as the inning continues for Colton Furtado. Furtado hit by a pitch and scored a run in the second and grounded out to second in his following at bat. Pitch high and away. So Sneads just trying to get out of the frame and keep it at 11-0. Pitch as Furtado watches that one, thought about it, but took it for a ball. The next pitch is in there for a strike as Furtado was about to toss the bat down and getting clarification on the run rules. A game will be ended if a team is leading by 10 after 4 innings or 15 after 3. So currently that is in place as Furtado takes the 3-1 and jogs down to first base. So the inning continues now as P.J. Rudiman, who led off the inning, will come up for his second at bat. Rudiman recorded the first out in the inning, lining out to third base, as I think there'll be another pitching change for Sneads as they're struggling a little bit to find their control. We'll take a quick timeout and let you know who will take over on the hill for Sneads as San Antonio leads 11-0 in the first game of the AAA tournament here in Sebring.
At Conyers Hardwood Flooring, we want you walking all over us. Conyers has been serving the Big Bend area since 2005 and provides all types of flooring materials and labor. Conyers Hardwood Flooring does nail-down installation, sand and finish hardwood floors, refinish existing hardwood floors, and more. Plus, Conyers is very active in the community. Conyers Hardwood Flooring in Bristol. Call 850-643-6432 or 694-3447.
Sportsmanship is one of the goals of Dixie Youth Baseball. At times, we see good sportsmanship displayed by everyone, except for some adults. We feel that as adults, regardless of whether or not they're active in the program, they're supposed to set a good example. Everyone can do this as they sit in the stands cheering for their favorite team. Be a good example of sportsmanship. Yell for, not against a team. In this way, you can set a good example of sportsmanship. Fans are as much a part of the game as the umpires. So be a good fan by cheering for your team and not against the other. What makes Dixie Youth Baseball different? Well, one good rule is required participation. During the local season, every player on every team is required to play in every game, and all tournament players are required to bat at least once in every game. It's not a perfect rule, but it's much more than most youth baseball organizations do, and it allows each baseball player to be an active participant. Just being a part of each win or loss means so much to the child. They just want to belong, and Dixie Youth Baseball sees to it that they do by making this a regular rule. We think this is a step in the right direction, the child's direction.
Welcome back to Sebring as we're set to resume the top half of the fourth, and digging in for the second time is P.J. Rudiman as Rudiman fouls a ball off to the right side, making it count 0-1. Summer of Dixie is underway. Between now and mid-August, Jock Jive will be streaming all of this tournament, as well as the Dixie Baseball 15 and under and Dixie Pre-Majors World Series, Ozone and Major World Series in Lumberton, and so much more. Catch it all right here on jockjive.com as the pitch is hit out to left field, and it'll be a single, and another run will come in to score for San Antonio, making it now 12-0. So a RBI single for Rudiman keeps the inning alive as Christ scored from second, who pinch ran for Quintana. So the inning continues as first pitch swinging is Hernandez and popped out to second base, as that will be the third out of the inning. But San Antonio puts up another 5 runs and now leads 12-0. So Snead will need to put up at least 3 runs in the bottom half of the inning to keep this contest alive. We'll take a quick timeout and return to the action here in Sebring.
Dixie Youth Baseball fans, did you know that in this season there were $72,000 scholarships awarded to deserving high school seniors throughout the 11 states in which Dixie Youth Baseball is played? Dixie Youth Baseball has now given over $1,240,000 to former Dixie Youth players in scholarships. Any high school senior who has played Dixie Youth Baseball is eligible to apply for a scholarship. The Dixie Youth Scholarship Program, just one of the good things that are a part of this program. Sportsmanship is one of the goals of Dixie Youth Baseball. At times, we see good sportsmanship displayed by everyone, except for some adults. We feel that as adults, regardless of whether or not they're active in the program, they're supposed to set a good example. Everyone can do this as they sit in the stands cheering for their favorite team. Be a good example of sportsmanship. Yell for, not against a team. In this way, you can set a good example of sportsmanship. Fans are as much a part of the game as the umpires, so be a good fan by cheering for your team and not against the other.
Roberts & Roberts Construction, with offices on Sherman Avenue in Panama City, are proud supporters of Dixie Youth Baseball. Roberts & Roberts understand the importance of instilling the positive characteristics that team sports provide. The ability to work together for a common goal, pick a teammate up when they are down, and praise a job well done are traits that will serve the young athletes well throughout their lives. And at Roberts & Roberts Construction, we are proud of these young gentlemen and ladies. Roberts & Roberts Construction, with offices on Sherman Avenue in Panama City, are proud supporters of Dixie Youth Baseball. Roberts & Roberts understand the importance of instilling the positive characteristics that team sports provide. The ability to work together for a common goal, pick a teammate up when they are down, and praise a job well done are traits that will serve the young athletes well throughout their lives. And at Roberts & Roberts Construction, we are proud of these young gentlemen and ladies. At Conyers Hardwood Flooring, we want you walking all over us. Conyers has been serving the Big Bend area since 2005 and provides all types of flooring materials and labor. Conyers Hardwood Flooring does nail-down installation, sand and finish hardwood floors, refinish existing hardwood floors, and more. Plus, Conyers is very active in the community. Conyers Hardwood Flooring in Bristol. Call 850-643-6432 or 694-3447.
Welcome back to Sebring as we're set to start the bottom half of the fourth as Kenzie Rogans digs in for the second time. Rogans down on strikes in the first as the first pitch is taken low for ball one. So Sneads will need to plate some runners here this inning to keep the game alive. As the next pitch is fouled back to our right. Heads up, everybody. So 1-1 the count. As the run rule states, a team needs to keep it within a 10-run limit in the 4-inning frame. So Sneads will need 3 runs this inning. Into pitch now for San Antonio's number 44, Tyson Lake. So good pitching all in all for San Antonio today, as they've only allowed 1 hit, which was the first batter of the game. The next pitch is lined out to the right and out of play. So Rogans looks to get on base as Maddox Rabin is in the on-deck circle. Grounded back out to the pitcher's mound. Up with it and to first. A nice play there by Tyson Lake as Rogans is retired 1-3. So 1 away in the bottom of the fourth as Maddox Rabin now digs in. Rabin popped out to first in the first. and want to stay with us as we have continued coverage here on this beautiful Saturday in Sebring, as the second game of the AAA tournament will be between Mariana and Spring Hill National, which is slated for 11:30. Not quite sure if it will be moved up a little bit or not, if this game is decided by the run rule. So check back with us maybe a little bit earlier than 11:30, just in case the game starts early. The 1-1 on the way as Reagan cuts on and misses a high fastball. It's a 1-2. In the on-deck circle, Tyler Jones. The next pitch as Rayburn ducks out of the way of that one. 2-2. Pitching from the stretch with no one out as the next pitch is hit back to the pitcher's mound. Up with it is the shortstop, firing over to first for the second out. Nice play there by Tyler Turner. So 2 away as Maddox Raven is retired 6-3. So Tyler Jones looks to keep the game and day alive for Sneads. Jones walked and reached second in the first. First pitch is low for a ball. Coming this fall to JockJive.com, SWAC football, soccer and volleyball, TUSG football, ACCC game of the week, Great American Rivalries, HBCU football, Navarre Baker High School football, and Georgia Military College football. Check us out often. We are Jock Jive Sports, so definitely want to check out all the football action coming up here in the fall. As the batter adjusts his shoes and reties them. In on the lakes in Sebring, you'll enjoy the luxury of casual yet elegant surroundings that are as pleasing to the eye as they are comfortable and relaxing. With more than 155 spacious, beautifully decorated guest rooms and suites, you can experience the best that Sebring hotels have to offer. At the Inn on the Lakes, you will be afforded all of the comforts of home, in addition to stunning views that are overlooking the lakes and the finest hospitality around. To find out more, go to innonthelakes.com or call 1-800-531-5253 as that pitch is hit out to deep left field, but up with it and making the grab for the final out is A.J. Soto Baez. A nice hit there by Tyler Jones, but all for naught as it is a fly out to left field, and that will be the ball game. So San Antonio wins this one 12-0, and a dominant performance as they scored 2 in the top of the second, they scored 3 in the top of the second, 4 in the top of the third, and 5 in the top of the fourth. So 12-0 the final here from Sebring. So we are all wrapped up here with game one, as this one wrapped up a little earlier than expected. Not sure if the second game, Mariana and Spring Hill, will wait to 11:30 or it will be moved up. So take a quick timeout, come back, do a final recap here on JockJive.com.
Sportsmanship is one of the goals of Dixie Youth Baseball. At times, we see good sportsmanship displayed by everyone except for some adults. We feel that as adults, regardless of whether or not they're active in the program, they're supposed to set a good example. Everyone can do this as they sit in the stands cheering for their favorite team. Be a good example of sportsmanship. Yell for, not against a team. In this way, you can set a good example of sportsmanship. Fans are as much a part of the game as the umpires. So be a good fan by cheering for your team and not against the other.
So welcome back to Sebring as we are wrapping up technically game 2 of the 2018 Dixie Youth AAA Minor State Tournament. It is game 2 in the bracket. So San Antonio advancing, and will play the winner of West Volusia and Hardy, which is tomorrow at 9 a.m. But the second game of today's action, that will be right here on JockJive.com in the AAA Minor State Tournament, will be Mariana and Spring Hill National, and confirmation the game will not be moved up any shorter due to the run rule in San Antonio Sneads. So Mariana Spring Hill National, 11:30. Don't want to miss that here on Field 3. So we'll be signing off for now. Come back at about 11:25 or so as we'll preview the Mariana Spring Hill National game here on JockJive.com. Thank you for listening. Art Shendell, so long. Until next time.